right, guys, welcome back to another episode of In-Season MVPs, and today we're going to be talking about the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen and the beginning of Solo Leveling. So, the end of Jujutsu Kaisen, it ended with Yuji in the middle of the city on a bridge, clapping harmoniously, you could say, and getting the attention of the what do they call them? They're not spirits. What do they call them? Curses.
Yeah.
Curses. Getting the attention of the curses and drawing them into the city. And that's where we ended off. So the next season is going to be the Culling Games, is what it's going to be called. It's really good. Lots of fights. You get to see Yuji work his curse technique a little bit. We figure out what it is finally, which is good because we're in season 4 and we should have figured that out a while ago, probably.
Nah, straight hands.
Right. That's all he does is throw hands. But to be fair, he's like an augmented human, so there is that. He's got that going for him. I thought the ending was really good. I really liked how they animated it. We lost Aramis again, but he'll be back soon probably.
Yeah.
I really liked how they animated it. The animation style was amazing.
I'm sorry.
See, there he is.
Hey, listen, it's probably gonna be. We got like a 3-hour trip. Listen,
it's all good, man.
Fully understood.
But yeah.
Yeah. But I thought the animation quality was really good. Mappa has been doing a great job. They've started to pay their animators.
Start paying them people.
Yeah, they started paying their animators, and apparently they got a lot of stuff into their offices too. Like they got vending machines and a whole bunch of other things to help, make it a more accommodating situation.
And then dropped them and said, "Hey, here's 30 more things we animated."
Right. Well, Mappa's a small company, and they literally went from like animating 1 anime a year to animating like 5.
Yeah.
So, but I think their quality is coming out as really good. Like their hand-to-hand fighting, like they're getting like the animator, the choreographers from John Wick and stuff like that, from like actual movies to come in and help with their choreographer for their animation, for their fight scenes and stuff like that. So they're going above and beyond for stuff, and I think that other animation companies will take from them, and do the same thing that they're doing. And then just how they mirrored the manga, I thought that they didn't miss anything, and the things that they added in were really great. So I thought that season, I think we're in season 3 or 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought it was very, very well done.
Yeah, I think it's like technically season 2, part 2, or some shit like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But for points in it that I was like, the Mahito finally dying was phenomenal, and he went out.
Oh, how he got absorbed.
The way he went out at the end of the fight with Yuji was like the worst way for any villain I've seen leave. Like your entire breakdown of your whole psyche, and them giving that parallel of that wolf chasing those fucking rabbits. It was like, nah,
Yeah.
I don't think you get to be put in debates anymore about like high level villains and shit. Like, you can't go out like that and then people still talk good about you.
I mean, but Yuji was literally stalking him, you know what I mean? Like, just kept coming. And the fact that he was the first.
That's all right.
No, that was a good one.
You missed everything else.
But and then the fact that like Yuji, was sitting in the middle of that crater just like waiting for a black flash, and then that Mahito felt that, you know what I mean? Just felt that if he got anywhere near him, his soul was going to be destroyed by Yuji. You know what I mean? And just like the overwhelming force that Yuji was just pushing down on him. You know what I mean? Like he knew he was going to die. He felt that
because he was whooping his ass all day. He was whooping his ass. He was whooping his friend's ass, his mentor's ass. Everybody was getting their ass beat by this man. You got jumped once, and that was the only time you really took an L. And then from there on, you were just beating the shit out of people. And then now you're just getting fucked up.
Yeah. What's the guy's name that could clap because he can't do his boogie woogie anymore?
Toto.
What was his name?
Toto.
Dude, his Black Flash. Toto, you were right. His Black Flash was one of the most cinematic things I have
And
ever
by the
seen in
way, he
anime.
still can clap, just so you know.
I thought I could have sworn his Boogie Woogie was gone.
We saw him clap with a missing hand.
He
Yeah, but
he
nothing
said
happened.
he said it was gone. I'm confused with that, how his ability works because he slapped someone else's hand and they moved. So I'm like, I don't know how your shit works, or if you were just like, "Hey, I'm done." He might
Yeah, I don't know how.
have until they like fully come back and like explain. Hey, Toto said that he's not fighting anymore. I'm assuming he got something else. Because I mean, he can still Black Flash, so it's like it's not like you can't fight spirits. You just can't use Boogie Woogie.
You can't use his ability, his curse technique.
Yeah,
But he could still use the infinite domain too. So that's why I'm confused. But there's still a lot that you could do. Like you might not be able to take out like grade one curses anymore. You can take out grade three curses still. You know, you can still help out.
because I mean, he did. He all he said was his Boogie Woogie was gone. He never said that he was gonna stop fighting. So it's not
Right.
like he said he's
But I
leaving. It's just
but what did y'all think about his Black Flash? Like Yuji throwing the rock and then him switching places with that rock and keeping that speed and everything like that, and then hitting that Black Flash.
I think it was overshadowed by the immense power that was already shown in the show because nothing tops Sukuna's fight with fucking I don't even know Megora or whatever
Oh,
his name was.
yeah,
So it's like
yeah, the lava guy.
nothing really tops that for me. So it's like you can get a close third, but like between Sukuna's whole fight with Megora, and then the way he like shot the fire arrow at Jogo, I was like, I think you're fighting for third place.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And then also, I really did enjoy whenever Mahito like found his perfect form. You know what I mean for his soul and stuff like that. And then him and Yuji started throwing hands. That was pretty amazing.
Because it was like seeing the progression of his like, oh, part of the reason that you're the way you are is just you evolved during the fight and you're just trying to on your perfect self shit, like you're just trying to get to your perfect form, and you have to do this. So either way, he was going to be out here murdering people.
Yeah,
And his whole Yuji, the reason I don't like you is because we're the same, or whatever. And I was like, all right, well, I can't see Yuji going out the same way you did, but sure, y'all are the same. Y'all don't care about the other species, and you just fucking murk it and keep moving.
well, I mean, do you remember in season one, whenever Yuji was about to die, he was sitting there crying. You know what I mean? Like he was like, "Is this really how I'm going to go out? Is this really how I'm going to die?"
Yeah,
And then Sukuna trained places with him, and he threw his hand back, and that, maybe now that's not how Yuji's going to go out because, like, you know, obviously he's been through a lot now at this
crying and
point.
having a full mental
But
breakdown are two different things.
Yeah.
I feel like he was having a full mental breakdown right there because he was
Being
just like he was
sad
blaming his
that this is
grandfather.
the end of your life is different than running and throwing rocks and dirt.
I guess that's a valid point.
You go watch those two scenes side by side and you see which one. It was like, nah, that one, I get it sucks. You're about to die. The other one is like, oh man. Like, I can't say that I wouldn't act like that while I'm about to die, but I hope I don't.
I guess it depends on how you're about to die. You know, I feel like if you're being chased by a murderer and you knew that your life was about to end, you're going to be grabbing for anything to throw at him, trying to keep him away from you.
It's one of those things like I can't imagine like seeing that like because you accepted that you're dying, and that's when you're just crying about it. It's like Itadori was like, oh well, that's the end. It sucks. Damn, I'm sad. Fucking Naito was just like, it's impossible for it to be the end. So you broke.
Right. Yeah.
Which I think part of that is just because of his ability. He was like, no, whenever I'm in danger, I just move to a different part of my body and run.
Right.
Then it's like,
Now he can't do
there's
that.
no more of that.
Yeah. 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 And then, of course, Mahito died,
And
which was interesting.
everybody was happy about it.
And then he got absorbed by I forgot his name. The guy in that stupid dress.
And I don't remember his name either.
So I got a question. So who was the girl that showed up with Ichidori when Ichidori them was about to get frozen?
Oh, I don't remember her name, but she's also from the movie, from the prequel movie.
Because she also had stitches on her forehead as if somebody was taking over her head.
Nah, she just got
Kind of like Homeboy.
she had those earlier, if I remember right. But nah, she was a teacher or something like that back when Gojo and Geto, that was his name. When
Yeah,
Gojo
yeah.
and Geto were still students.
Gotcha.
It was just she wasn't like an official teacher or something like that. She was like she did a lot of more traveling, and there was a whole point where before Geto got controlled, she was talking to him because he was trying to decide what type of sorcerer he wanted to be because he was like, I feel like I should just get rid of all non-sorcerers and then we don't have a problem. But then he was also like, that seems kind of fucked up. And he couldn't decide how he wanted to like issue his own version of justice. And she was kind of vaguely trying to help him out with that.
But he went the wrong way.
Well, that was one of the things that like when me and Aramis were talking about this like after he watched the last episode because they were like when the council.
Let's be correct. I watched the last episode in dub. Because I watched the last episode and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait till it come out in dub so I can understand this a little better.
But just at the end when they were like, okay, this is what's going on, this is what the council has put out and whatnot, and they're like, all right, we're gonna say Gojo was on the side of the curses. We're gonna reissue Yuji's kill order.
I got a question. Is it echoing on y'all end or is it just me?
It's just you.
It's just you.
Okay. Cool. All right.
But my thing was like, all right, Gojo got sealed, and then everyone knows he got sealed, and then the council still was like, but we gonna say that you was on their side. I was like, that's fucked up for you.
Yeah, like our boy said, yeah. I'm still gonna kill him. Because he was like when we talked about Jordan, since JT ain't never available. We're talking about Homeboy with they had the mouth thing. I didn't know he lost some legs and arms. And then the homeboy said, yeah, I'm still gonna kill him. And then the other teacher was like, yeah, I'm still gonna kill him too. I was like, well, because the old boy told Panda, he said, yeah, I'm still gonna kill Ichidori. And I was like, why everybody still won't kill him? What does he got to do with anything about homeboy getting sealed? Gojo getting sealed.
Well, you saw they said Gojo was part of it, so they was labeling him a traitor anyway. So they labeled him a traitor. They blame Yuji because he's Sukuna's vessel, and nobody else can hold that many fingers in them. So they're like, literally, we'll kill Yuji in order to kill Sukuna. And since they're like, obviously, Sukuna got let loose, you can't control him. There's no reason for us not to kill you.
He's got like what, 6 fingers now, something like that, 7 fingers.
Right? Yeah, more than that.
Well, he got like 14 shoved in his throat at one point.
Exactly. Remember,
was it really? Was it? I thought he shoved.
I think
14?
the total is 14
like,
now. I think.
Yeah. Okay. So what? How many are left out there? Is there? He has 4 arms, 5 on each one, so there's 6 left.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Cause you remember that's when he was fighting old boy with the blood, and that person was like shoving them jokers down his throat. Old girl and the little
two little
volcano head
schoolgirls.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
They
they were just shoving them jokers down. Cause they was like we did this so you can kill somebody for them, and he was like, girl, I ain't killing no doggone body, and he ended up killing them. I was like, God, no.
so, see, well, because it was like they kind of sort of had to deal with the thing inside Ghetto, and then they were like, "Hey, literally, we just want his body back. We don't care what you do out there if you get to somebody else, but we want Ghetto's body back." And he was like, "Nah, I ain't done." So she's like, "All right, well, fuck you. We'll bring Sukuna out, and Sukuna will get it for us." And the Sukuna was like, "I don't do shit if I don't want to do shit."
Yeah. He was like, "You think you have the authority to boss me around?" It's pretty funny, actually.
Which I mean, to be fair, it's like, yeah, why would I do that if I don't feel like it? It's like, oh, we let you
Right.
out. It's like, I don't care. It's like, this dude was
Right. So
gonna
you
eat
didn't
these
even
fingers
have
either
to.
way. So,
Yeah. All right. And then Aramis,
But yeah,
did you watch the first 2 episodes of Solo Leveling?
of course I did. Who I look like not watching the first 2 episodes of Solo.
Did you watch the third
And
episode yet?
then, what have I been? Listen, have you not been reading the text messages?
I know you've been in Austin. I don't know what you were doing there.
Yeah, I literally I'm visiting family.
Oh, that's right. You did say you were visiting family. I remember. Yeah, so I
The
put stuff
episode
in my
came out
calendar.
yesterday.
and it's funny because we did like record a little bit yesterday, but like even when I was mentioning watching the third episode, I was like, don't peel off from your family event to go watch an episode of anime. That's wild.
Right.
Now I
Hey,
would
y'all,
do
I
it,
gotta go. I guess I'll
but
watch.
No, just to put a shotgun to my head or something.
to just throw what's ever near.
But nah, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I watched them uh, in both sub and to make sure
What
I
do you
got
think?
everything. Oh, it's amazing. I was mad as hell. I cussed Jordy out because the way the second episode ended. Because I literally told him what to blame. I said what the F, this word and that word, and I got mad at him. And I told Jordy he ain't nothing. I gotta watch my wording because I got my babies in the car.
Yeah, he said I wasn't shit. He said I wasn't shit.
I said the N word.
Which, in my defense, I've told multiple people I ain't shit. So you've been pre-warned.
But it was really, 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 really good. I
Is
enjoyed it.
the
But
I
it's just
love the
the way that they left us on cliffhanger already on
it's
episode
gonna
2 just made
that's
me
gonna happen
mad.
in most of the episodes. That's going to happen in most of the episodes. Like
Except
almost every episode is gonna leave you on a cliffhanger.
really,
Eh,
number one didn't do it.
I don't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. I wasn't that mad. I'm like, okay, cool. Number
They
2
were in the
had me
dungeon and
pissed
that guy
off.
died. That guy
Number
literally got smashed against the door at the end of episode 1.
but I wasn't pissed off the way I was with
I don't think not
episode
finishing the
2.
chapter is the same as leaving on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I guess it's right. But I mean, I was like, come on, get in the dungeon. Come on, let's get this going.
Nah, like you can take your time. There's plenty of solo leveling. It was a webtoon, so it's a very quick read. So it's like there's plenty of stuff you can go through, and you can go through all of it point by point. There's nothing that you need to skip. There's nothing that needs to be cut out or anything. Nothing to get rid of for time. It's like the way
They've been adding
webtoons.
things, I've noticed.
How many episodes have they
I
came
don't
out
think
with? How
they've
many episodes?
said yet.
There's gonna be 14 in this season, I thought, or 12 in this season.
That makes sense.
I don't know. I usually just go off of whatever the site tell me, and it don't have one yet.
But yeah, Yeah, it was very, very good. I was mad as hell. Me and Jordan was talking about it, and I was like, I don't get people. People make stupid decisions. Oh, boy, was like, I got a family. And like, regardless if you put it up to a doggone vote, in my behind, if I got family, knowing that I can't risk it, and we get up to these doggone doors, I'm like, listen, this don't look like a regular dungeon door. I'm turning my behind around, and I'm gonna be like, deuces.
And
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like I understood, like even when I read it, I understood where they're coming from, but I was like, no, like, no, absolutely not. And I'm like, because I get it. You're like, hey, this was a low level dungeon. We already didn't make that much money. If we leave and warn somebody and tell like the Hunter Association about it, somebody else is gonna come. They're gonna take the profits for it. I get that, but it's an unknown entity, so I'm not doing it. None of y'all are high enough level to deal with unknown entities. So, and it's one of those things where it's like,
Well, you did.
oh, uh-huh.
They did have a B ranked healer. They had a B ranked healer with them. And if she could have kept her shit together, it would have been better.
You can't heal
No, it
death.
But
wouldn't.
I understand you can't heal death, but at the same time, like even if they would have had an S class with them, they still would have died.
Yeah, like, part of it was just like you don't understand what's going on, and you didn't go into hey, let's fight and run type thing. You ran into it's a puzzle that you can't fight. It's just a puzzle
Yeah,
that kills you.
yeah, yeah. But you know the thing that I thought was weird. So let me ask you this: it needed, especially at the end, you needed multiple people because you can't just watch one area by yourself. What's he gonna do? Just like spin around in a circle as fast as he can so he can see all the knights, so none of them come at him. He was missing a leg, so he couldn't really done that anyways. So you had to finish it with multiple people. If multiple people would have finished it, would all of them got the power of the necro of the what I forgot what's his name? The
They haven't even revealed it yet, as far as the anime goes, and I don't remember it as far as reading it.
man, it's gonna drive me. It's
Are you
something of
talking about the main
darkness.
character?
Yeah,
Oh, Sun Jin Woo.
the Eminence of Darkness. No. The Eminence of Darkness. Is that what his
It's
his
not. You're
title
thinking
is?
of titles that he hasn't got yet. Focus,
Well, I know
anime
that, but
only.
in the webtoon, what was his main title?
Focus, anime only.
Okay, but I'm
Talk
just
about
saying, if everyone would have stayed in the circle together, because also okay, in the anime, episode 3 came out, so you know about the leveling system. Would everyone have gotten a leveling system?
From the way it works out, probably not. They more than likely because the way that the commandments were set up was that there needed to be a sacrifice put through. So I think more than likely that's going to depend on how much each person sacrificed, depending on what they was going to get.
Okay. So if everyone would have stayed, it would have like picked someone who sacrificed the most or something like
I'm
that.
not saying that everybody else wouldn't have got something. It's just you didn't get the same as all the blood in your body, and basically your death was the sacrifice on the altar.
All right.
But at the same
Okay.
time, I
Makes sense.
think the way the commandments worked out was that you did not need everybody in the circle. You needed someone to be the sacrifice for everyone else to live.
that's
Oh,
why I
okay.
got out of it. That's why I got out of it.
It was just if it was the other way
Got it.
around that you were thinking about,
So
that's probably what would have happened. But
right. So
The moment
like I
old
was
boy was
saying,
like, old boy was like, I'm out of here. I can't do it. I'm out of here. He like, go. I said, that first. I said,
like so
oh,
you know
snap.
the blue flames were a timer. So what would have happened at the end of that timer?
they would have died.
So everyone would have died.
Yep,
All of them would have died.
I think so.
Interesting.
It
Well,
it's one of
it's
those
kind of
things that
upsetting.
like I think it was straight up like because the blue flames were a timer. It was when once we get there, whoever's left, they die. So with the amount of flames that they had, how one flame went out every time they left or whatever, it was like, no, one person has to sacrifice. If you leave more people, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get something better. It's just, for sure someone's got to stay.
Right.
Because, I mean,
Interesting.
in that moment, you're not thinking about getting the rewards in that world were physical rewards. So no one's thinking about, oh, some metaphysical power might come to me if I stay in the circle.
Right, but they didn't know about reawakening too, and I guess that is technically a metaphysical power that they could have gotten.
Even even that, like they don't even go into that much in the webtoon. So even
Right.
that being a not that big of a thing, and when they call it a reawakening, all they did was switch your level. So
Right.
it's like, oh, you had a double awakening, and it's like, oh, so now instead of being B rank, you're A rank. So that's not that.
Yeah.
It's still
Oh
not a big
Lord.
enough draw for me to
Y'all hear me?
sacrifice. Yes, we can.
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh wow. Can
Oh
y'all see
wow.
me?
No, we can't.
No.
Y'all can?
Now we can.
Now we can.
Hold on, let me just try this. Y'all can see me and y'all can hear me.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And it got rid of the echo.
Hello? Oh, y'all just froze. Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Y'all can see me?
Yes.
Y'all can?
Yes.
Okay. I just switched over because I guess I don't need my headphones no more.
Okay.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, cause y'all on the car speakers now. That's why I asked. Cause now I'm on like the hands-free device. I connect. Yeah, so that's why I asked.
All right. We'll filter ourselves better than
Yeah,
JT.
my wife heard worse. Trust me.
I was thinking more the kids, but
Oh, okay. That's
Oh.
fair enough. But they sleep.
fair enough then.
Matter of fact, no way. Hold up. I'm probably gonna take y'all off.
Hold up. Wait.
I'm sorry. Do.
You good?
Y'all go ahead. Y'all can continue to talk. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, because you kept saying hold
Um.
up, so we held up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Pull back on the reins, you know.
Mhm.
But I'm excited. I like the animation style for Solo Level. Also, I think the voice actors are doing a great job, both the English version and in Japanese version. So my wife wants to wait until like episode 7 comes out before she starts it because she doesn't want to catch up and then be left on cliffhangers and stuff. So
Fair enough.
yeah, I think the animation style is really good, and I'm excited to see where it goes. They've only added, like you were saying, Brody, the webtoon really wasn't very long. It was only like 221 chapters, something like that, and that's if you don't include the add-ons that were at the end and stuff. So, I mean, we'll maybe get 300 episodes, maybe we might have some filler.
I'm not expecting to get 300 from it.
That's why I said maybe like 250 probably.
Because even where they're at, I guess they've done 2 episodes, well, 3 episodes. We're talking about the first 2 episodes, and he died. I think it might have been chapter 3 or 4 when he actually died. Because it's such a quick read and a lot of shit, it's just a world exposition. But they also added they added what happened 3 years ago at the beginning of episode 1. So, and that wasn't
Right.
at the beginning of the webtoon. That you didn't find out about that until later. So I don't
Right.
know. They're on pace to probably I don't know. I'd probably get it maybe 50, and that's probably a stretch.
I think 50 episodes, so 221 chapters get mowed down at 50 episodes.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, you got to think some of those chapters, a lot of those chapters are just fights.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like with his fight with Adam, with David, was
Yeah,
Adam, the guy from America.
yeah, a lot of chapters was just fight. So, and there's not a lot of dialogue for that, and it's not a hard concept to explain for most of the dialogue. So, yeah, I don't
But
think they'll.
I feel like they can add stuff, like especially with the what was that island called? Joho or something like that. The island that was taken over
Uh,
by the ants and taken over
Jeju,
by that S rank gate. Yeah, Jeju. Like I feel like they can add a lot more stuff with that one. Like there's a lot because there's a lot of fights you can add with that because you can show different fights with the different with the S class people and stuff like that. And there's like different things that you can add in there
you
that
could, but
weren't in the
again,
webtoon.
when you're thinking about adding a fight, that's adding an episode. Like,
Okay, Brody, every now and again your head lines up perfectly with this microphone and it looks like your hair and it is the funniest thing and it's distracting the shit out of
hey, I'm just trying to be like that dude from Gerald from Hey Arnold.
me. Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. You even put in the fancy white stripes.
I'll never be as good at sports like he was, though.
Oh man, like this every now and again it lines up so perfect, and I'm just like, oh Jesus. Oh, but yeah, I think 50 episodes, would be good. But I think they're probably gonna add some filler episodes. You know what I mean? That probably weren't even in the webtoon that I'm sure we'll get here and there. Um,
which I'm okay with.
yeah, no, I'd be fine with that. And then they've already, like I said, they've already added stuff in episode 1 and 2 that weren't in the webtoon at all. So they'll add, a little more things here and there probably. And I think I think 50 would be good. I just hope they don't try and like just smush stuff together. I like it if they drew it out a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't have to be. Like it had such a good
Exactly.
following as a webtoon that it's like you're gonna get viewership. Like so, there's no
Yeah,
reason for
yeah.
you
Like
to try
draw
to
it out.
condense anything.
Right. Like add like talk to the the webtoon writers and stuff like that. Get them involved in writing with the anime and stuff because you could world build so much more, especially if you go. I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but you know what happens at the end. I mean, they could just go from there. You know what I mean, and keep doing the anime and stuff like that from that point.
Nah, end it
I
where it
think they
ended.
could.
End it where it ended.
Yeah.
I don't need this
I just think I
extra.
was.
Like you can do the prologue shit, not the epilogue shit that they put out if you want, and probably do that as an OVA or whatever. But like, don't try to extend the story past what it is. I feel like you're gonna fuck it up. You're just gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, animation has been on point. You know, without giving away much, I'm still waiting for that first soldier just to see how they animate it.
Oh
And it's like
yeah,
as soon as
yeah, yeah.
because
Oh,
every
what's his
time I,
name? Boros? What's his name?
I don't remember. So I stopped paying attention to names a long time ago.
Oh man, but man, do you remember when he's just sitting there and he kicks up the sword and it comes flying in the air and he just grabs it? Oh, that animation when they animate that. Oh,
But it's just because like there's supposed to be like a literal body of like black smoke type shadow, and I'm like, it's gonna
I was
happen
talking
so
about
much
the
that it has to be done so well. So I'm
yeah,
really looking
but
forward to see how they animate that.
I was just talking about the fight between him before he becomes his soldier. I'm talking about just the fight between those two. was amazing in the webtoon.
I'm not worried about the fights being animated well. I'm sure that's gonna be done well. But how you look as far as the soldiers when that's gonna be such a big deal matters a lot for me.
Yeah, they need to keep the black on blue aesthetic because if they don't, that's gonna mess it up. I feel like.
Yeah, the black on blue or black on purple is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, you're right because oh um the shield the shield guy that he becomes his soldier is purple, isn't
Yeah,
he?
there's black on
He's
blue,
black and
black on
white.
purple, and then black on red.
Yeah, yeah, because that was the orc that he gets is black on red.
Whew.
Man, I'm excited for the funny scenes with the orc and the bear and the shield guy. Like I'm excited for those because those are going to be hilarious. I feel like.
I am wondering because webtoons do that a lot, where their funny scenes, the animation changes, well, the art changes into the little chibi
Yeah,
people, and I'm like,
yeah, I love
are you
those.
planning on doing that for this? Because
They better.
y'all
They
went all
fucking
in on
better.
the animation, so you going from this
They
top-notch
better.
animation to this shitty little chibi shit is gonna be hilarious.
It's funny. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Like I love it when they do that in animes, like especially like what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of a good like
One
Demon
Punch did
Slayer.
it
I
pretty
love it
well.
when they do that in Demon Slayer. I love it when they do it in Demon Slayer. It is the funniest
Whew,
thing. So it'll go from a serious moment and then making the cheesiest, cheapest animated faces.
Because that's one of the funny things about like reading stuff at the webtoon is like, no, there's the whole dialogue going, but then they'll do shit that's not in the actual word bubble that people said in the background and shit, and it's like, I need that. Like that shit's always funny.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm excited. That's another scene that I'm excited for. Just when they get trapped inside of the trapped inside that
hey,
dungeon
just
for
so
like
y'all
two
know,
weeks.
y'all like kind of ruined this for me
How we ruined it for you?
because y'all talking about stuff that hasn't came up yet. Duh.
Yeah, but we're
Doesn't
not giving
matter.
away anything.
Doesn't matter. I know there's a dungeon scene. I know this person. I know that person. I know this
Who?
thing. All this
Who?
other stuff.
Who do you know? I
Who?
said the shield guy, the bear, and an ogre.
See, you fucked up. You
Exactly.
gave him more info. I wanted him to name what we named. You're not gonna remember it. I know damn
And
well
you know how
you
many
ain't gonna remember a
in
single
this whole
detail that I have
anime,
put out.
this whole anime is about people going into dungeons.
He's already
And
in
you
a
don't
dungeon.
know. Right? You don't
You
know that
know
he's
how
gonna go into another one.
you know how many animes I'm currently looking at dealing with dungeons.
Don't give me that
Oh, so
shit.
many.
Isekai is my shit. You know how many shit I'm watching when people are in the dungeon
So
and
many.
reading?
Like currently right now, I think I'm watching like 5 animes where some people are just like, well, we're in a dungeon.
I'm in a dungeon. I'm trapped in a dungeon. I'm trying to get in the dungeon. The dungeon's actually a labyrinth. Um,
Yeah, it's like me and Brody were talking about it before you came on here. And I started it's a new anime. There's only 3 episodes. I think it's called like the adventurer that died in a dungeon, or like the adventurer who came back to life in a dungeon, something like that. I can't
the
remember exactly what the name of
unwanted
it is.
undead adventurer. Figure out your names, but
Yeah, see, they're so weird this day and age, man. Like there's nothing that's Full Metal Alchemist
they're
or
less
Dragon Ball Z.
weird if you know them.
That's a very valid point. But it's about an adventurer who he's a really low rank and he's trying to just find things in this low rank dungeon and he finds this secret passageway and lo and behold there's a dragon in the secret passageway and he gets eaten alive. But then he comes back to life as a skeleton and he has to figure out why he came back to life. Is he still himself from when he was a human, and how he can become a human again? Because that's what he really wants.
So
And
basically,
it's
again,
really
motherfucker went into somewhere, found a new spot, should have went home and didn't.
exactly. Well, apparently, just by like mapping out the dungeons in this world, apparently, I'm sure in other worlds too, you can sell the map for lots of money to like the guilds or to other adventurers and stuff like that.
Of course.
So that's what he was going for. Yeah, he was going for the money, but then there was just happened to be a dragon at the end of the tunnel.
And it's just like, damn, you've been here the whole time? Yep. Like,
No, I just got here. I was waiting on you.
it's like I just dug that hole.
right? I knew you'd be coming this way.
Now get out.
But yeah. Um, Lots of new like Shangri-La Frontier. I'm all caught up on that, and that's been going really well, except for the episode that came out yesterday. That's been going really well. I'm excited for that. Um, uh, what else? I caught up on. Um, damn, man, you're right, Brody. I'm terrible with names. Um,
That's why
Crimson
you should
Ragna.
just read off your list.
I know, right? Crimson Ragna. I'm not completely caught up on yet. I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind. And then Berserker of Gluttony. I got I got to the point where they sword fought and she beat him. So now he has to become a Magic Knight. And then she found out that he's um, or his name's not Luck. It's Fate.
Right.
Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figured out that he's Fate and all this other stuff because he saved her and his face his mask got destroyed and then they found the it was at the end of the season because they found that they got rid of the gun.
Yeah,
That was the end of the
I think
season.
that's either the last episode or the last episode's a wrap up episode.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Season 1 wasn't bad. I'm interested to find out what happens because like we said we almost saw him fall into his own gluttony. You know what I mean? So turn into a beast. So we'll see what happens. Interesting now that like lust is on their side, and so is gluttony and rage. Is that what it is?
Wrath.
Wrath. Yeah, gluttony and wrath. And lust doesn't have a weapon, so I'm interested to figure out like what her weapon would be. Maybe we'll find that out in season 2.
That
You
was her
read it,
weapon.
didn't you, Brody?
The gun was her weapon.
The gun is her weapon.
Yeah.
And why did that guy? And why did they bury it and stuff?
She
Why did
doesn't
they
use
take
it.
She just doesn't want it.
Yeah, she didn't need
It takes her over.
She just threw that bit.
Yeah, yeah, and whatever.
It's like,
But,
I don't need it.
Yeah, it's interesting little anime.
I liked it.
We'll figure out what happens.
You
read
up
it.
on rating it, so
Yeah.
it's not done, but yeah, there's a lot more that goes on in that. Because even where
there's
you're
still
at,
more.
say it again.
There's still more sins. There's still more sins, right?
Yeah, where I'm at, I haven't met all the sins, or I haven't seen all the sins.
So are we going over now what we're watching, or is this the end of the video?
You go into what you're watching.
Just a little wrap it up.
Brought it
in
up.
The video.
What you watching?
What you watching, Jordy?
What am I
I
not
know
watching?
you got like 20.
Hey, there's only 16.
Huh?
There's only 16. But a lot of them are like Mashal came back, so I'm watching that. One Piece is finally getting into Egghead arc, so I'm watching that. Banished from the Heroes Party. That's season 2 started. And then Blue Exorcist came back after like 5 years. So
yeah, there's like 2 or 3 episodes now, right?
3.
3. Yeah, I watched the first 2. They're pretty good. I thought it was really good when Mephisto revealed himself to his half brother. I thought that was kind of funny.
And he's like, "Oh wait, you're a demon." He's like, "Yeah, you're the only one who didn't realize that." But okay, yeah, I'm a demon.
He's just like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I like humans. I enjoy their world, so I'm on your side."
I'm watching this shit. That's my instant death ability is overpowered, and then literally his ability is instant death.
Oh, dude, I saw a clip of that where like there's 3 kids that are like one of the kids like shoots a bus and like blows it in half, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I can't control my ability," and then he literally looks at him and goes, "Die." He just falls to the ground and dies.
Oh, no,
and he's like, "Either one of you guys move." Either one of you guys move and you'll die too. Another guy goes to move and he points at him and he's like, "Die!" Boom. Second guy falls and he's just like, third guy's like, "What's going on?" And he's just like, "Well, what do you think? I told him to die, so he died."
And he tells people all the time, he's like, "No, my ability is instant death." And then they're like, that can't be a thing, and then they fucking die, and it's like he's
I tried to
not
tell you.
bluffing. Or they'll see their
I
friend
can't keep a
die or
fair.
something else die, and they'll be like, that doesn't make any sense. It can't be a thing. And it's like you just watched it happen. Like,
Yeah. Oh, we're getting the. Oh, I thought we were getting some of the scenery. Now we got Aaron Mrs. Fivehead going on.
Yeah, scratching my nose. I'm sorry.
well, it's just the fact that it seemed like you did it
Um,
with your phone.
I
Right.
do with my thumb on my phone because I got one hand on the steering wheel. And,
But
can't let go of the steering wheel. Well, I
yeah.
can,
I
but
do it all the time.
But I thought it was interesting. Back to Blue Exorcist. I also thought it was interesting that I finally revealed Mephisto's
I
um
haven't even looked
his
at Blue
ability.
Exorcist.
Oh, dude, you gotta check it out. The first two seasons are really good. Season three
How
just
many?
came out and they
Oh,
revealed.
this dude just
Yeah,
came
it's
out.
3 seasons and there's probably like what 30 episodes maybe Brody between the 2 seasons.
Yeah, I think they're 12 each or something like that.
Yeah. So like altogether you have less than 30 episodes with season three, so it's really easy to catch up. But
Hey, Jordan. Speaking of, I know it's random. Jordan, did you post that video of us yesterday?
No, I'm gonna play with it today.
Okay.
but I thought like so in the first 2 seasons it doesn't reveal to you Mephisto's abilities at all, and then finally in season three it tells you what his abilities are. They're time and space.
You were talking, I didn't hear any of that though.
Oh, I was saying that they finally revealed Mephisto's abilities in season three, like what he does. Because I just thought that he could like take things and put them in, like move them and portal them in and out of existence is what I thought he could do. But apparently, no, he's a master of time and space completely, which I thought was really cool.
Which, like, when he said
It
that,
made
he was like
sense.
straight up. He was like, When they say time and space and they don't give you concrete rules behind people's abilities, I take that with such a giant grain of salt because I was like, so what you're telling me is you're not going to tell me what his abilities actually are because you didn't give a limit to time and space.
Right.
So
Well, maybe there's not one because you literally saw him freeze time, remove him out of time, put him into a different space.
exactly. So it's like you didn't tell me. If you say you manipulate space, I can wrap my head around what your abilities are. If you say you can manipulate time, I can wrap my head around your abilities. When you give it time and space and then no rules, I'm like, all right, well, you can do whatever the fuck you want then, because that's what that
Yeah.
means. Like,
Well, that's what I think they did it on purpose because they gave it's a caveat. You know what I mean? Like literally, if they ever draw the like write themselves into a corner or something like that, they can just use his ability to get themselves out of it now.
pretty much. And they're like, oh, well, of course he can break through time later on. He was trained by Mephisto. And they're like, I guess.
Oh, dude, if they do that, I'm actually gonna be kind of irritated. It's just like, no, Mephisto, the master of time and space, trained him so we can break through time layers now and whatnot. And it's like, no,
And it's like, but it's
no.
one of those things where it's like, if that's the route you took, and I'm like, I guess I see where you're coming from. You're not the first anime to do it. It's bullshit, but you're not the first.
We just saw it. We just saw it in Crimson Ragnarok.
Yeah,
So
Natsu literally punched through time.
yeah, with the power of friendship.
Just a
So,
flame punch. Just,
but
Y'all
oh, I
crazy.
also, what else you
What
watching,
else you
Brody?
looking at? Yeah.
I just started Sengoku Yuko. And that's a little iffy right now. But basically, some little yokai girl and her brother are going around trying to reform the world in like Edo period Japan type shit. And they're basically fighting off monsters and people who are trying to kill monsters that aren't actual monsters. But it's only 2 episodes deep. It's been all right so far.
Okay.
I also
That's
started
it.
an anime. I also started an anime called Midnight Run. It's an older anime, like early '90s, maybe mid '90s. It's about a kid who buys a 280 Datsun and soups it up and starts driving it way too fast. And you come to find out that every owner of this car previously has wrecked it, and the previous owner, the last previous owner, actually died in a car accident with the car. And the first 4 times he goes out and drives the car, he wrecks it. He almost dies.
Just
But
get
he
rid of the
keeps
car, man.
rebuilding it. He keeps rebuilding it and keeps taking it back out repetitively, just over and over and over again. And it's like Jesus Christ, man. Like in the last episode that I watched, so the guy that died in it, his sister is still alive, and his sister just fucking steals the car and just wants to drive it off a cliff to get rid of it.
I mean, I get it. It's like this
She's like,
car is
fuck
murder.
this car.
This car is a murderer, and I'm pretty sure there's been
But yeah, they
sci-fi
call it
movies about it already.
yeah, they call it the Devil Dotson.
It's just,
Or the
Hey,
Devil 280 or something like that. What's up?
I'm sorry. Have y'all looked at the show, the Demon Sword Master Excalibur?
yes, I
No.
have.
Okay.
Was I? I thought you were. I thought you were gonna elaborate or something.
No, because I watched the first episode. I like it. It's interesting. I'm gonna see what's up with it. It came out last year, so early
Yeah,
last year.
it's finished. It's only 12 episodes.
I know I see that, but I'm just gonna take my time because it only got 2 episodes of dub. So yeah, that thing. It's one of
It was pretty good. It's a harem type anime, but it's a what's it called? Reincarnation story.
those. Yep.
So
The
previous
yep the
Demon King
demon.
comes back.
Yeah.
He's in a human
As a
boy's body.
Interesting.
yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
you guys got
It's
oh
fun.
anime any anime news? Any anime news? I know that
Well, look like having anime news. Got some football news.
well yeah, we all know that. But I know that Bleach um it was Bleach, Black Clover, and Demon Slayer are all supposed to be coming back in the next like 2 to 3 months.
I saw that they were saying that Demon
Okay.
Slayer was on track to come back. I didn't see anything give me officially they were actually coming back. Because the last thing I heard about Black Clover was they were basically saying, "Hey, that movie was the last thing you were getting."
Really, because I saw there was Black Clover was supposed to be coming back in like April.
That'd be good to hear, but I just hadn't heard anything concrete. I heard that they were gearing up to try, and that was about it.
Which would be weird
To
because it has such
try.
a good following. Yeah, it has such a good following. Keep doing it, and they've got like 2 seasons left, and that's it. Maybe 3.
Hey, I mean, sometimes the people who are animating it thought they were going to do better than they did, and it's like, oh, having a good following doesn't always equate to actually getting money.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I know I'm not
Just
paying
have
anyone.
Mappa do
What'd you say, Ernest?
it. Just have Mappa to do it.
Yeah. Hey, Mappa, you can take this on, right? What? I think Toei could do it. I mean, they could, stop putting so much filler into One Piece and, animate a second anime.
I ain't gonna lie to you. About One Piece, I kind of just feel like I can't. It's like I done hit like just
Wall.
a pause point. I just can't get back into it for whatever reason. I tried watching a couple episodes, like just not
Taylor.
feeling you.
So Taylor is at the point in Wano right now where King and Zoro are fighting, and Queen and Sanji are fighting, and it literally in the middle of the fight, it stopped being dubbed and went to sub, and she like fucking smacks the table and goes, "Son of a bitch!" I was like, "I'm sorry." She was like, "I thought I had like 20 more episodes," and I was like, "No, no." She was like, "Oh my god, well, just watch it dubbed." She was like, "I refuse." Or watch it subbed. She was like, "I refuse."
Now it's the principle.
right?
It's about principality, Smokey.
It's like, nah, I ain't got the time. I can't wait for shit to be coming out. I got too much shit to be watching to be sitting here waiting for it to come out
No,
done.
That's why I thought it was really cool what Crunchyroll did with Solo Leveling. How literally like on Saturday it comes out subbed, and then Sunday it comes out dubbed. Literally, it's
I
the next
know.
day.
Exactly. I love it so much.
And I was
Well, I
like,
just think
Like
it's interesting that like
I'll watch it
so I
both
can
the
ways. I
episodes
love
that
solo leveling.
so I
so it's so
but I think
so I'm sorry, go ahead, Justin.
well, I was just saying that like they have like a contract with Mappa with Funimation because obviously Funimation is doing the English dub over. So like they have a contract with Mappa where like as soon as it's done being animated and voiced over, they send it directly over to them so that they can have it out the next day because it's just do the editing and stuff like that. You can't do that in a day. You know what I mean?
Oh
It
Right.
takes a lot
no,
to record, edit it, and release it.
this stuff has already been done.
That's the shit. That's how everyone should start doing it. Like I fucking hate
No,
how
Oh,
they're
when they
doing
already
stuff
got it
weekly.
done.
everything
I'm
that
sorry,
you've
what you
seen
just
that's
say?
not a full on like One Piece type thing where they're doing like constantly. Most of the stuff, those episodes are done weeks and weeks in advance before you're actually getting it.
So
Right.
how come like you have like Bleach, which is coming out like 2 weeks later, or Jujutsu Kaisen literally like the dub just came out. Well, last
Mhm.
episode of the dub just came out 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? And the last episode of the sub came out a month ago.
That's
So it's
because
like
it
Exactly.
what's
depends on when they're wanting that stuff. If
Exactly.
if they partnered with Funimation and Funimation said, "Hey, we want to do solo leveling on this type of timeline," then that its timeline got pushed. While they could also be doing Shangri La, and it's like, oh well, Shangri La, we're not concerned that much about the dub because Shangri La is it's mostly done for in Japan. So it's like, hey, when that comes to the West, they'll have to watch it the sub. We don't care. For solo leveling, it being the largest like grossing webtoon in the West was like, no, we want the dub as soon as possible for that.
right? Isn't that like it's also like the most grossed webtoon to come out of Korea too, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know if that's true now, but I know at least
And
at
I think it
one
was at
point
the
it was.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Because Korea has actually come out with a lot of good webtoons recently. If you guys haven't read a lot of them, so like a lot of them are
Who
coming
got
out that
time
are
for
real.
reading webtoons when you got two kids and a wife?
That's a valid point. That's a valid
I
point.
don't know. Can't relate.
All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for anime.
Hold
That's all the
on,
news
be
I
quick.
got.
Hold up. You saying we wrapping this thing up real quick? You ain't asked no other question. Anybody got something else? You ain't asked none of them questions. You just said, "Oh, we gonna wrap it
I
up."
I literally said that's all that I have, and you cut me off. I was gonna ask if anyone had anything
I
else.
thought you said, "I'm sorry." I'm sorry because I thought you said that's all we had. I was like, oh,
Nope, I said that's all
It's,
I have.
it did
I'm
sound like a
sorry.
wrap up. It did.
Well,
I,
I was wrapping up my stuff. I was
Because
wrapping up my stuff, and I was gonna pass it off. I was gonna finally stop talking because I've been obviously talking this whole time.
I'm sorry, JT. I apologize. I apologize.
It's all
Oh,
good, bro.
speaking of which, JT, you was you was you was slightly correct about what
I'm
we
waiting
were
for this.
talking
you did say you wanted
about
it on
I'm,
camera.
I did.
about about the Cowboys and how their defense got exposed against the Green Bay Packers. I said I'll give it to you. I'm looking to the camera. You was right.
You're driving. Be careful.
He moved it
Oh,
into
I
the
got it
eye
on
line.
cruise control. Yeah, I got on cruise control.
Car all of a sudden flips.
Like,
Worth
Boy,
it.
I punch you. But yeah,
Thank you. I accept it.
all right.
But I do have. I mean, we're not talking about football right now, but I mean, obviously, you do have to say that what we saw from last night. Obviously, that Green Bay was actually a very good team.
I saw that stupid quarterback making that stupid decision in the most crucial part of the freaking game.
it was so bad. Like it was first down. You don't.
Yeah,
He could
you
have
could have
ran
ran
for
it.
about 4 yards, 4 or
That's
5
what I'm
yards,
saying. That you
got
could
it
have ran
done.
it. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Anyway,
sorry. Yeah,
You
yeah,
could
yeah,
have
Brody,
took
do
the
your
you have
last
Russian
story.
anything?
gambit.
Yeah,
We would have been fine.
right. Brody, do you have anything else for anime?
Not right this moment.
No. And then Aramis is leaving, so.
Uh,
Aramis.
so okay, some of the things I got for anime. Now that most of these things are caught up on the dub version, I can finally look at a couple things, which I'm grateful for. So I have these anime playing uh, soon. I got Blue Extras apparently on my plan.
It's like
I
now.
got well, I had it on my plan. I just looked at my plan. I got them playing up. I got Chain Soldier. I don't know what shit. I got Ron Kishin, the new version. I got Shaman King Flowers. I guess I got Battle Game in 5 seconds. Playing Classroom Heroes. Classroom Elite Season. I guess I got that playing. So
All right, and then at the very
yeah,
bottom of your list, just put Bible Black.
Bible. No,
Don't
no,
put that.
no,
I
no,
call you lit.
no,
Don't do it.
no, no.
It's a rabbit hole that you will be
Okay,
compelled, or you
I'm
will
finishing
be
mine
I
right now. I'll
compelled to
take it.
finish,
won't.
and you won't like yourself for it.
All right, guys, I gotta take my
Unfortunately,
dogs
I
out. Apparently,
do.
one of them's shaking.
I might care about your stinky dog. That's fine.
I'll fight you.
Till next time.
All right, later, guys.
Hey, see y'all later.
Bye.